What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fictioning Flow. I'm your host, Joseph, and welcome to another episode of Comic Breakdowns. Today, we are looking at an indie book by Boom Studios called Blow Away. It's about a wildlife photographer, Bryn, who's stuck out in a remote area in Baffin Island, who thinks she sees a murder. So let's go ahead and get into it. The book kicks off with Bryn talking about the harsh white of the environment and that there's hardly any visibility. And then she notices something in a frame starts to emerge. It's a person like on a jet ski. She says she becomes the camera and that no matter how hard she looks, the landscape always remains hidden. We join our protagonist on a place called Baffin Island, Canada. She's on a remote field shoot and it's day 43. She's trying to get a shot of these endangered red knotbirds that are somewhere on this mountain they call Mount Asgard. She then talks about setting up her cameras to get her master shot. She goes on to talk about how lonely and boring the work is, but that she has to set up her camera to try to get the master angle to get the best shot of these two birds and their hatchlings. She then goes back to her base and tries to watch the recording from the last video. As she's reviewing the playback, she sees the bird and tries to see if it can lead her to a nest because that's what she needs, the hatchlings. But then she sees a hunter and she's like, what is going on? What is this hunter doing out here right now? As she goes to investigate what happened, she sees a polar bear has been caught in a trap left by the hunter, and she risks her life to try to help save because remember, she is a wildlife photographer and cares immensely about animals. It's now day 44 and she needs to get some usable footage. She says she only has 3 weeks left to film and that she really needs a singular good shot because then if that matters, then she will matter. So there's some insecurity going on right there. As she looks out on Asgard Mountain, she then notices something. That there are a group of climbers going up the mountains. Like, I've never seen this before. They must be pretty hardcore. And that they're making this climb. And she's like, this is amazing. I can capture this. She also notes that this will be the most entertainment she's had in a while since she's been out there. As Bryn reviews the footage, it seems like these climbers just came out of nowhere. She can't track their ascent to the actual mountain. And she's like, I'll just use this angle right now. Like, I'll call the wiry one red and I'll call the charmer blue because of what they have on. So she's seeing like, blue can really go and he's skilled, but red seems nervous, like I would be too. She's just giving these mysterious climbers like personality, something to identify with, like trying to make a story up for them as she's watching them. So that's it for this memory card with the footage of the climbers on it. She talks about how the wind chill is really harsh right now and it's day 45 and she knows like she shouldn't be watching them, but she just can't stop. She wants to figure out what's going on. Next, she talks about how blue is cautious and experienced and how red is powerful but overconfident and a tad reckless. Like they must be good climbers because they seem to have a good rapport with each other. They probably are like old childhood friends and they probably took this trip to get away from their corporate careers and that's when something crazy happens. Red seems to have been blown off the path by the wind and then she pulls herself up and then blue gives her a hand and so Brent's like, whoa, look at his reaction. Like, I might be misreading things, but is that fear on his face? Not happiness. So now it's day 46, and Bryn goes out to check her master camera box. And she looks there and she's like, wait a minute, oh my God, like, where are the climbers? I don't see them anywhere. What happened to them? As she looks up Asgard Mountain, she can see a small, like, sack and then a broken rope. And she starts to fear the worst. So now she goes back to look at old footage. So she sees that they have finally reached the summit. And so it looks like everything's fine. But then she's like, wait a minute, are they fighting? And she's going, Jesus, what's really going on here? So it looks like they both fell in the scuffle. And then Blue is climbing back up. And they kind of come back to the top. And they look at each other. And then it looks like somebody, it looks like Blue punches Red. And then we see a fall and it goes white. So now Bryn panics. She's like, come on. She's like, okay, let me see what's going on. That was hours ago because remember, this is old footage that she just recovered. She's like, I'm the only other person out here. Like, I can't sit around while they freeze to death. I have to go rescue them and give them some help to see whatever is going on. So Bryn decides to check the backside of Asgard where she really doesn't have cameras set up. It's like they have to have landed somewhere around here. Like, how did someone climb down? Like, was I seeing things? Am I second guessing myself? She said, I should have double checked the footage. And then she sees something in the snow. To me, it appears to be some kind of gem, which is probably why the couple were fighting. The harsh wind seemed to push Bryn down, and she says that suddenly I feel the eyes of some hidden audience. It's like, it feels like I'm caught in someone else's story. Like, I have no idea where to turn to like see the camera. But I break the fourth wall and I ask, Will I survive my part? And it looks like she's being spotted through some kind of lens herself, like some kind of camera. But lo and behold, we break down and we get to see that it's actually a sniper pointed right at her. So what's going on, people? This is the mysterious story. I'm hooked. I want to read the rest of it to find out what happens. So this is not your typical superhero book. This is a straight up indie, like mystery action thriller. So I just can't wait to issue 2 to come out. If I made this story make sense, go ahead and smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to know when new content drops just like this. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.
Host Joseph. Fiction Ink Flow. I'm your host Joseph. Fiction Ink Flow. I'm your host Joseph. Fiction Ink Flow.
If you don't have it, you are truly missing out.
What's up? We are talking about Fiction Ink Flow. What's up?
If you don't have it, you are truly missing
Fiction
out.
Ink Flow. What's up? We are talking about Fiction Ink Flow. What's up?
If you don't have it, you are truly missing
Fiction
out.
Ink Flow.